Believe in Hope, and I am going to be, I've been inspired, most recently by some other individuals that were online sharing their knowledge, and I feel like it's a time for collective knowledge, and I feel like it's time to share that knowledge. Pie, turn down your volume 2 notches. I have a daughter, and so she's going to be taking part in this because I'm going to be teaching about...
Ta-da! I'm right here.
Thank you, baby.
And I am really smart, so leave the camera alone and let's get going with the camera.
Okay. And, Piper, how old are you?
3.
3 years old.
4.
Just turned 4 when?
February 8th.
Very good. Growing your own food and living off your land, and from a female perspective, how in the world to transition from the Western style of living of complete dependence on media and mainstream and whatever else that we've been taught to use in the middle of cities rather than on the land. And as a mom, it becomes increasingly difficult to figure out how to live and survive. So I'm going to take it from that standpoint and seeing perspective as far as the herbs and the oils. I do possess a wide amount of essential oils at my house right now. I will also be talking about how to clean things in your environment without having to use chemicals. Okay, just to give you a quick little rundown or background. So anyway, I do have a full-time job. However, I am also a painter on the side, and I do performance painting shows where I paint as I feel. The way I feel music. When I hear music, I see certain colors. I see the sounds, basically, and the rhythms. And so I try to incorporate a little bit of my dance and movement background and the vision that I have and have had for a long time into the actual...
The things that I have been called to paint recently is a series on Revelations. And yes, I am a Christian. And yes, my videos do talk about God. And I will be making religious references. So if that is something that really bothers you and you don't like it, well then don't watch my videos. Because I'm gonna talk about Jesus and I'm gonna talk about God because I love them both very much. And so, as I love you and they love you too.
Looking like indigo. There's an awful lot of it. Be nice to identify.
Soaps for a natural organic line that I worked with about 8 years ago that is still functioning and doing quite well. Working with essential oils, I had the blessing to be able to live with someone who was an herbalist and who grew their own plants and of course cultivated them and then created beauty products from them naturally, as well as making soaps and working with essential oils. The spring that we've had many years ago, that's long since dissipated with the spring showers. We don't see any of that. None of it.
Yeah.
I need to find the sweet gumball thing.
We're talking in reference to foraging, as well as some of the issues that I feel with.
Or even just like a kayak. It's uninhabited because the little island right across.
What are they called?
Oils.
Yeah, they're called the oils. And what kinds of oils have you seen Mommy use before?
Peppermint oil.
Peppermint oil. Where have you seen Mommy?
Rosemary and lavender.
In addition to that, I worked for a soaping company back in '99 and 2000 that created natural beauty products. And so I had the blessing and the experience to grow up around an herbalist in that setting during my educational experiences at grad school and focus on not only how to grow plants but how to cultivate, preserve herbs, and then how to use them in products, beauty products. So not only the remedy side, but also the using nature for pretty things kind of. Piper, could you please talk about what foraging is when we go hunt for food? How do we do that?
We look for plants that are edible to eat, and they're yummy for us. And remember, poop Coconut oil's for us.
Coconut oil is definitely for us. If we go to the grocery store, what kinds of questions does Mommy ask you to ask when we're walking around?
Organic. With that sign on it, please.
Okay, yes, USDA, certified organic, as far as we can trust all that.
Piper has named this Big Bub.
Don't get on the cactus. You'll poke yourself.
Yay!
What's good, if I were to give you a tangerine right now, and someone were to try and take the peels away from you, what would you tell them?
Stop it.
Why? What would you do with the peels? If they were going to put them in the trash can, what should you do?
I don't know.
What does Mommy do with all the leftover fruit and veggies, and what do you do?
Put it in compost.
Compost, good. What's the compost used for?
Plants to grow.
Plants to grow, new plants, right?
Yes, new plants.
Okay, awesome. How do we make compost?
Putting rock and tool down.
Okay, and we have to turn it? Good. What about the seed?
And trying to grow up a little bit, I guess I got to appreciate the earth and try to do better for it and my own body. But I love the earth and I love organic gardening.
What do we do with little seeds?
Plant them.
Okay, good. So you save your own seeds, right? Learn how to plant them.
Okay, so when it came to the organic farming, how long were you involved in the industry? Your grandfather then, was he organic farmer? I mean, this is right, of course not.
No, and he had lymphoma too.
Oh, bless
and
his
just
heart.
almost died. The doc said 6 months. Don't you hate it when they do that?
Yeah.
In addition to those items, I am also in remission. So I have some interesting experiences as far as the roads that I was taken down and the things that I saw through not living in a natural way. And anytime that my body begins to escape that natural pattern of life, I begin to feel the unhealthiness creeping up. And so God has a plan, and He has a design, He has a model. And the model deals with everything that He's produced. It's kind of like an art.
Michelle loves to garden.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And they skinned
Yeah, or what?
yes.
Okay. So as a little boy you
I
farmed.
was made to pick beans.
That is not
Like every young man should be.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. Piper, Ben was made to pick beans. That's awesome. Okay, so
Some of the rosemary is for eating.
Piper, will you go get some of the new sprouts off of the cabbage plant? So tell me, please, what that was like growing up.
And herbs.
Okay, so specifically what veggies?
Peppers and tomatoes and lettuce and onions and garlic and strawberries and tomatoes and peppers and lettuce and cabbage and broccoli.
Dagnabbit, that's a good bit.
Oh,
That's
flowers
awesome.
too.
And flowers, awesome.
When we're getting the lemons, what's on the lemon tree that Mommy doesn't like?
Those spines.
Yeah, those spines,
Oh, why are they on there anyways?
For protection. The plant wants to keep some things away, some predators away, so that all of its fruit won't be eaten and destroyed. Okay, so we'll continue. We'll talk a little bit about...
Well, someone's going to just steal our...
Okay. Okay. We're going to be talking about the process of living off...
Don't you settle down for the springtime.
It reminds me of art school, this idea where I was studying with architects about form and function. And when you're creating a piece, an art, a sculpture, a piece of pottery or anything, this idea of how naturally occurring forms and functions go together. Well, I believe life is like that too. And the whole entire food system, raw foods and vegetables and fruit, you begin to see, the closer you look, the more you see the laid out plan of the way things were meant to be. And anything that's happening is happening as a result of our disobedience, in my opinion. Not you personally. I'm certainly not passing judgment on you. I'm saying as a culture. So I have felt led, I have felt called for many years by God to paint a series on Revelations, and I have begun that. I've painted the first 2 paintings in that series, and I will share with you the process behind that. No, I'm not selling them. No, they're not for sale. This is about relaying to you the things that for some reason I feel like God wanted me to be a vessel to relay. Thank you.